So there you have it. Oh, man. Shin Creek Road's bridge is out. No doubt about it. Got some big old rocks. Wow. Yeah, this is kind of tough. Well, no, I don't know, actually. It's just that. Oh, what's this little dude? Is that a skunk? Or a porcupine? It's a porcupine. How about that? Look at him go. Look at him go. Don't shoot your quills at me, homie. Wow. Let's get our weight back, huh? Shit. Holy shit, that was close. Almost got crossed up there. That would have been nasty. Bastion Falls.
Howdy, y'all. It's Bilbo Brappins. You can probably hear my voice is a little different, and I've got a little mark on my skull. That's because I had a little spill. Yeah, went into a ditch on a gravel road, downhill, loose gravel, off cambered. Also, I broke one of my rules. Basically I passed a vehicle on a gravel road leading into this downhill turning off cambered situation, so totally an idiot, you know.
Wonder if this guy will pull over for me or not. Be a lot cooler if he did. Oh, you gotta be kidding me.
Anyways, it cost me some pain. I still feel like maybe bruised or something around the sternum ribs area. I did get like a throat contusion basically, and I got a cut on my forehead. It didn't bleed much, like just a couple of drops, but it was like a deep gash and like wide open split, but somehow it healed like really quickly. This is a week later, by the way. It's May 1st. So yeah, this happened last Wednesday, and I drove into Bennington, Vermont, and went to a motorcycle repair spot here and had to get a new navigation bracket unit. This got bent. My windshield got cracked. So that's my Pooge windshield, but check it out. I got a replacement bracket and windshield. So we're back in business there. I also got a new rear tire, which may have contributed to my accident. But ultimately I'm a freaking idiot, you know, for accelerating into downhill loose gravel turn because I got impatient behind somebody. So I totally suck, you know, for that. But I paid for it. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I broke one of my double take mirrors. This is the only part I'm waiting on. It's supposed to show up tomorrow. I broke my mod. I got a new one in my hand now that just showed up. That's why I'm doing this film. But here's my old GoPro 11. Got completely smashed with damage. The mod broke the mount off my helmet, and I believe this is what caught me in the throat, or my helmet like went down. Yeah, my helmet. Here's my old one. I got a complete new replacement. So yeah, once again, this whole thing was pretty costly. It was like a $1,500 fuck up. But yeah, pretty wild, man. I don't know if this will really show, but we're cracked in here. This is all bent out of shape, the interior unit. We've got a pretty like subdermal fracture here on this thing. I don't know if you can see that, but it's like kind of bulged out, indicating it's cracked underneath this membrane material. Same deal here. This is all cracked. This unit had some plastic like vent deal, and then my mount, all that broke off. Got a little chewed up here, but yeah, pretty sure either this whole thing went down and this somehow cut my head or something right around there above my right eye. So yeah, this thing saved my life though. I rode from going 35 miles an hour at like the peak of my pass to about 25, 26 miles per hour when I went into the ditch and came to a pretty abrupt stop. It went, grabbed into the ditch. I'm pretty sure the front windshield mirror and that navigation bar hit a telephone pole, and potentially my skull and all this did as well. But I did get like an aura effect for like a minute shortly after the accident. I didn't lose consciousness. The lady who I passed was super nice. She stopped and helped me out, and her son rides a smaller KTM, I think a 500 or maybe even a 300 or something. But anyways, he showed up. They apparently lived like a mile from where I passed her and stuff. So anyways, I've been staying at this little budget motel thing. It's right across the street from Ronnie's Cycles here in Bennington, and they did all the work for me. Yeah, man, for now we're gonna continue on. Believe it or not, I definitely needed a week off. Super super sore, man. My back and neck and shoulder. I mean, I thought I had like sprains in both my wrists, forearms, and like my trapezius, or I'm sorry, my triceps and my shoulders. Everything was just like super tense and tight for a day or two, and it mellowed out. And yeah, I think my cognitive abilities are there. My speech is together for the most part. So yeah, we're feeling all right there. And then my voice has improved. I was actually spitting up some blood like the first day. Yeah, so I was reading about throat contusions, and it's pretty sketchy business if you can't breathe, or you've got some severe bleeding internally kind of thing going on. It can be an issue. But I think I lucked out, man. I just yeah, was spitting up a little bit of blood for a day as it like settled. It actually wasn't any blood initially, and then like 12 hours later maybe is when I started kind of clearing my throat, and a little bit of blood would come up. And the second day was probably the worst of that. Not a lot, just I'd clear my throat every hour to 2 hours, and there'd be like a little bit of blood mixed in with some phlegmy saliva stuff. So anyways, that's probably more than you guys want to hear. Bilbo, he survived. He's super grateful. Learned a lesson. Probably going to take it easy. Might even skip some. I don't think I'm doing any more of the alt harders moving forward, mainly because my body still hurts and I don't really want to have to pick the bike up with, like, I may have broken ribs, I don't know, but it's that kind of like pain, kind of like stiff, and you know, picking up that bike's difficult enough, and with the pain and shit, it's just, yeah, I don't know if I could comfortably, or you know, even healthily do that. So, but yeah, I'm gonna show you. All right, you're looking at the front side of it, so you can see you've got a little crack here, scratches all up on here, another crack here. There is like a little bit of broken internal side to this too, but anyways, this is now a zip tie because it used to have these little fancy Suzuki buttons, these ones. So yeah, anyways, I've got a zip tie there, one there, one there. These two are now missing. There was two of those little plastic buttons on either side there, but these are also anchored here, so it's kind of like, okay, whatever. This now isn't really clicking together. I think one of my little teeth thing there, and then you can see this is actually supposed to be like that, but it doesn't want to stay, and the clips just aren't doing their job anymore, so that's where we're at. And then yeah, I had a little, I don't know if you remember from my previous videos, but I had a little plastic GoPro mount here with my old GoPro facing me, so I had to replace that mount. That shear snapped off. This is the piece that got all bent to shit, out of shape, and was like bent this way. This was basically down here. So anyways, we got that all straightened up. And then also I was due for a new rear tire, so I got the HT Motos this time. So we're going hard terrain, gnarly knob, and hoping that'll keep me from going into any more ditches moving forward, because that hurt and it cost. So yeah, we got that. We got an oil change, an oil filter, and spark plugs. They did the spark plugs for me. I was overdue for that. I'm at 17,000 miles, but they were looking like the evidence on them was like clean burn, and they had a little life left them. So it was good that my local South Carolina dealer mechanic told me to just not sweat the change yet. But yeah, there you have it. Tractionator Desert HT. We'll see how that works for me. Kind of a look at the bend. You can kind of see this comes, the end of this is where it is. And you can kind of see the end of that is where that is. And basically this end took the hit down, and it got clogged with dirt and like rocks and shit got jammed all up in here. I had to like pick it out. It was caked in there, mud, dirt combo. That ended up pushing this in enough to like snap it and scrape it all up. But it in turn pried this, I guess, to where this piece bent. This should be out like another, it should be out to like there, like 2 fingers worth of bend. So because that's in, this is out, you know, so if this were to go forward and then bent that way, it would be back to where it's supposed to be. And also this took some bending as well. So but we're cool there, it's not touching, and we're able to get in and access the oil pan and all that stuff, so all's well in that department. So yeah, we're waiting on this to come in the mail, and we're gonna get moving again. And that's it, man.
All right, it's old Bilbo back at it. It's May 2nd, Friday, 4 p.m. So let's see, probably 9 days after I had my little crash. My voice is trying to come back, so that's good. We're down to like some rib pain, maybe in between the shoulder blade soreness. And a couple other little spots, but nothing really profound. I've got a different helmet on. It's actually the same helmet, but new. But I've got, I couldn't install this little thing that goes under my chin, so I don't know what this audio is going to sound like. I can actually feel the microphone revolving around. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. But yeah, we're basically back to normal, and hopefully I can get this little microphone secured on the inside of this helmet. Probably sounds pretty distorted right now, but had to test it out, I guess. But yeah, and then I got a new mount here, but the good thing about this is it's actually more stable than my old one, so it's like the one upgrade. But yeah, so I'm bypassing some of the Vermont tracks. I'm basically skipping the Northeast VDR sections 4 and 5 pretty much all together. I'm just headed up to Woodsville something, New Hampshire. It's basically the beginning of section 6, so that's my plan, is to rejoin at 6. I'm doing this for a couple reasons. One is my body hurts and I don't want to have to pick up the bike in the next couple days if I can help it. The other thing is I'm kind of like behind a week, over a week really. I was hoping to be in Canada right now and to have completed the Northeastern BDR like in its entirety and all that, but it's just not gonna happen. But I'm still gonna, yeah, just skip those 2 sections. Another reason is because I've heard rumor that there's a lot of road closures on their class 4 roads until midday. So I don't want to wait, and that's that. So usually I wouldn't take someone's word on that. Like, I like to drive right up to the point they say I can't go further. But yeah, just been really my delay and my injury, I guess. I'm wanting to do this. So, anyways, tomorrow's Saturday, May 3rd. I'm gonna pick up on section 6 of the Northeast VDR. We'll check in later. Just do my little section 4 and 5 workaround.